Did you know the word boycott originally came from the name of a real person? Yes, a real person. Today in English, boycott means when people deliberately decide not to buy from, not to use, and not to cooperate with a person, a company, an organization, or even a country. People usually do this as a form of protest, to apply social pressure, or to force someone to change their behavior. But the story of this word goes back to 19th century Ireland. At that time, many farms in Ireland were owned by wealthy English landlords, and Irish farmers worked on the land only as tenants. One of the men responsible for managing these lands was a man named Charles Boycott. He was the estate manager for an English lord named Lord Erne, and his job was to collect rent from the local farmers. In the year 1880, the harvest was very poor, and many farmers became extremely poor. So the farmers asked the landlord to reduce the rent so they could survive, but Charles Boycott refused their request and even threatened to evict some of the farmers from their land. In response, the farmers and the people of the area decided to try a completely new kind of protest. They did not attack him, they did not put him in prison, and they did not use violence. Instead, they decided to completely isolate him from society. No one spoke to him. No one worked for him. His farm workers left. Local shops refused to sell him anything. The postman stopped delivering his letters. Even people in the village refused to greet him. In other words, the entire community decided to have no contact with him at all. This unusual form of protest attracted a lot of attention in the media, and British newspapers began writing about it. To describe this kind of protest, they started using the man's name, and slowly, the name boycott became a new word in the English language. Since then, whenever a group of people decide to protest by refusing to buy from or cooperate with someone, we say they boycott that person or company. So today, when we say we boycott something, we are actually using the name of a man who lived in an Irish village more than 100 years ago, and whose name unexpectedly became part of the English language.